Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Helps if your mic is in the proper position. Pro tip, make sure your mic's in the proper position. There you go. Let's start over. Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the old beer stuff here. A little beer mail unboxing, this time from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Yeah, I believe this is my first beer mail from Sierra Nevada. I've reviewed a bunch of the beers on the channels over the years, and yeah, we got a package of I kind of know what's in here, but we'll save it for the reveal. We'll unbox it, see what's going on. We'll do a little chit chat leading up to the unboxing, just so everybody can filter in. I'm exhausted. That is not an uncommon thing for me to say, but I'm exhausted because I spent the past 48 hours basically going ape shit. We're going to say ape shit at a water park with Micah and my wife. Back in July, a friend alerted us to a really good deal for Great Wolf Lodge. They have a bunch of locations all over the country, but they actually have a place that's about a half an hour away from me in Scott Run, northeastern Stroudsburg, Mount Pocono area of Pennsylvania. Booked it back in July. For a Thursday, Friday, a water park overnight stay, but Thursday, Friday water park hangs. And we thought Micah would dig it. He was kind of getting okay with swimming and stuff in July. You know, he's getting a little bit braver, would use his floaties and kind of go in the deeper end and kind of have fun, but we're still very hesitant. Yeah, not the case anymore. The man is a wild man. He ran around like hair on fire everywhere. His big winners were the slides in the smaller section. We'll get to that in a sec. Slides in the smaller section and the wave pool and the lazy river were his three winners. And it was basically a back and forth between all of those. First went in the wave pool. He was into it. Then they have the waves come every 6 to 12 minutes. And I got a little nervous with the waves at first. After about an hour, he was just on his own, going up, jumping around, flying around in waves, doing all that kind of fun stuff. Ended up going on a little bit of slides by like the kiddie section of the pool. Ended up by today going down face first on his stomach instead of just sitting down. So very cool with that. The only kind of bummer, and not bummer for him, but bummer for me, because I kind of wanted to go on them, were the bigger slides. Not that I couldn't have gone on them solo, but I wanted to go on them with him, and he got the courage up to ask to go on them late last night, and he wanted to go on the blue one. It had to be a specific blue one. And I will say Great Wolf Lodge was pretty cool. The water park was great. The hotel was fine. The food was mediocre at best. But the one thing I would knock them for is they don't really have a clear idea or clear map as to what slide you're going on. You kind of go up and you're like, I think I'm on the right one. Well, we went to the wrong one. Then we went to the wrong one. Then we went to the right one, got towards the top. They had a technical error. Had to wait around like 15 minutes for them to fix it. Got up there, and Micah was no mas. Did not want to go on. I was little. He just saw how high he was up in the air. Just didn't want to go on it. So we ended up skipping those. But we had a blast nonetheless. Did the park all day yesterday. Not in the park 24/7. We went a couple times. Went out there. They have other activities. This Magic Quest thing and arcades and food and run around and all that fun stuff. So we had a blast yesterday. And we did the same thing today. We woke up early, did that, and hung out until about 2-3 in the afternoon. Ended up heading back this way, and got home. And here we are. This sucker was waiting for me. It was actually attempted to be delivered yesterday, but there was nobody home. Adult signature required. So we ended up not getting this yesterday. One of the lucky things about beer mails in the winter months is they don't stay all that warm. So ended up coming today. And here we are. So let's dive into it, see what Sierra Nevada has sent off here. Big box, not terribly heavy, which leads me to believe probably has some ice or some cold packs in it, and it packed very, very well. That's my assumption. So we'll see where we end up. Let's get this box off the top up here, so it's a little bit easier to manage. And I can see what's going on. Hopefully everybody's having a great lead up to holiday season. And, get paper. There. One more. So we have, they wrap it like professionals. It's been at their Sierra Nevada location out of North Carolina. And that's it. Now, there we go. You can see kind of what we have going on here, but we'll do an unboxing. Nonetheless, we have 3 jams here. Actually, I'm doing this the hard way. I'm doing this. I'm trying to cut through this. It should be a starting point with this plastic. The only thing. This is what makes beer mails entertaining, huh? Or we can just tear through. Oh, you know what? Scissors. Let's be a professional. Get at it quickly. So the rep from Sierra Nevada, or the marketing company that they use, was very, very, very nice. They sent me off a huge list of stuff that's to review. Not a huge, but like several things. I picked 2, and I ended up sending 3. So they sent out this Citra hazy little thing right here. Oddly enough, I drank a hazy little thing yesterday at the water park, and it was really fresh. So I was kind of pumped about this. This one is packaged back in October, so we're looking just about 2 months on this sucker, and it is obviously it's going to be a Citra based off their hazy little thing, Citra little thing. What's the ABV in 7.5? I know these can vacillate as far as ABV, so we have that going on. They sent off some pale ale. Criminally, and those are the words I used. I have not reviewed a pale ale on my channel. I looked and I haven't done it. I don't know how that's possible. So that's the other one I asked for this one. And I was like, yeah, I have not reviewed pale ale. So that's kind of a poopy on me. Same thing, about 2 months old. I don't know why. It's a rotational beer for me. I don't buy it all the time, but you know, whenever I'm in the mood for something OG goodness, I usually pick this up. Don't know why I haven't reviewed it before. We'll remedy that here. In kind of the impetus in which they sent the email off, and the reason why I was all gaga. They just came out with Sierra Nevada pills. You know, they probably made tons and tons of pills in their life. Yeah, I've been chomping at the bit to actually not just review this, but to drink this. I've actually looked for it around me locally. I could not find it. For those that are in the same predicament, the person that contacted me from Sierra Nevada, they said this will roll out nationally next year. It's available now, but it'll roll nationally next year. Let's dive into this one a little bit more. It just says, you know, craft lager, pills, 4.8% alcohol by volume. It is 8.4% cans. I kind of dig on the weird can size. Can just rip through these like crazy. And I want to find the date on the sucker. Over here. Okay, this is packaged back in August, September. Pills, not going to be an issue with dating on that. So, yeah. So, there you go. A little bit of Sierra Nevada up in this piece. I'm actually pumped for all of them. I actually will drink Little Thing quite a bit here and there. If it's a big time kind of like at a bar or at a restaurant, they don't have a great selection. Usually that's something they'll have, you know, Point, the Great Wolf Lodge. They had some cans. I didn't really drink all day. Put kid to bed, went to go grab some food, and I was going to watch the Thursday night football game. Let me grab a couple beers. Grabbed a couple beers. They had a brewery close to me, or in Pennsylvania, close to me. Stable 12 makes a beer for them. It's called like the Howling Wolf IPA. It was quite good. I grabbed a hazy little, and I grabbed a Broken Hills from why am I spacing on the name of the brewery? And the Citra variant here has me a little bit kind of curious. Now 7.5, a little higher than ABV, but we'll get to it. And like I said, pale ale, always game for that. And like I said, criminally have not reviewed it in the channel before, so that is kind of crazy weird. But the pills is kind of the winner of the show here. It's something I've seen, you know, advertised and show up on social media quite a bit. So it's something that I've been looking to dive into. So I'm glad these kind of got popped off. So we'll dive into comments. We look like we have Yes, a bot maybe in here. But then we have Bucking Five says, remember seeing about a Bigfoot or Narwhal? Do I? Narwhal is one of my favorite base stouts. Barrel aged version quite great. Bigfoot to me is one of the best U.S. based barrel aged stouts, but since it's American barley wine and it is Sierra Nevada, and they don't mess around when it comes to hops. I like those with time on it. Typically, if you go back to my channel, you'll see me reviewing, several year old plus Bigfoot. So I dig on both of those beers. And Al chiming in and hadn't had the pills yet, but the other two are fantastic. Yeah, the pills is the kind of the thing I was looking forward to here, but can't wait to dive into the other one. So there you go. Quick unboxing. I got a lot to do. You probably can't see behind me, but there's this big white case there. I'm actually recasing my my computer. My computer sits up there. My cooler pump on my all-in-one pump sounds a little wonky, so I wanted to kind of put a new cooler in. I just said, screw it. Let's bite the bullet and just build a new rig. I have the time. It's around Christmas. Treat yourself. But RAM prices are through the roof right now for a new setup, so I'm going to recase my current rig with a new cooler and wait for RAM prices to come down to not just a reasonable level, but a non-obscene level. Just because I'm one of those people that goes crazy over the top with RAM. I usually have minimum 64 gigabytes RAM in my rig. I do a lot of it. I do 3D modeling, SolidWorks, a lot of video editing, Illustrator, stuff like that. So I can use it. And at 64 gigabytes of RAM right now, I'm probably pushing $700. That's not happening. So yeah, I got to get to that. I'm going to try to do a bulk of it today and the rest of the weekend to clean it up. So again, thank you very much for Sierra Nevada for sending this off. Can't wait to dive into these suckers. They will be reviewed and talked about proper. There you go. So hopefully you guys, Al, Bucking Five, everybody for stopping by and viewing everything. Appreciate it as always. Have a bunch of fun reviews in the books. We're almost to Christmas time. I have my best ofs kind of teed up. I have to go through and see what my top 10 is. We have way more than 10. I saved the cans and bottles now, so we're probably looking about 10, maybe 25 to 30 deep. I gotta whittle it down to 10 with typically a couple honorable mentions. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, we're going to be doing over the holiday season. So thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks, Sierra Nevada, for sending this off. Hopefully having a great holiday. See you next time. Cheers, y'all.